What is going on, everyone? This morning I have the Genzanzo Toko with me. I've been teasing this one for the last couple of days ever since I got it in hand because I am incredibly excited about this. I can tell you now that it does not disappoint. It meets every expectation. The scales look absolutely gorgeous with that milling and the attention to detail. You have a very bright, beautiful anodized pivot with the body screws, the backspacer, as well as the clip. It all looks incredibly clean. It's just a classic clean design. You have an overall length of about 8 inches. So the blade's 3.5. The scales or the handle are 4.5. It's obviously a titanium construction. The blade steel is RWL 34. And man, does this thing, not only does it look beautiful, but it performs like a machine. It feels incredible in the hand. I mean, it has definitely exceeded expectations. The action is just out of this world. And what I mean by that is, and I know some of you might have seen the teaser where I just played the audio of it opening and closing. That was this, because it is absolutely drop shot action. But this is the part that kills me. If you hold the button down just to see how it hangs, that is bonkers. I don't understand. I mean, it's the best action I've ever seen in a knife. It feels like it's essentially just hanging in air. It's phenomenal. I know that you guys are all going to love this knife if you have an opportunity to grab one. I don't know the price tag on it. I think we all know it'll definitely be a higher price point. But I can tell you, after putting it to work and doing a lot of testing with it, there is no question that it'll be worth the dollar amount, whatever it ends up being. The truth of the matter is, as much as we like fidgety knives, we like to mess around with all the deployments, multiple deployments, and whatever else anyone likes with a knife, there's no question, if any of you know Jens and you've used his knives before, when he designs and constructs his knives, there's no doubt they're made to be cutting tools, everyday cutting tools. This thing worked like a machine. There's absolutely no rolls, no dents, no marks, no nothing. And you'll see in the cutting test that I really put this one to work. Just a phenomenal knife. Feels so good in the hand. It has this sort of swell where it meets in the midpoint here. If you guys can see that line and the milling on the scale on both sides. Just the attention to detail. Those little things really make for a comfortable knife. You can get a full 4-finger grip. You have the jimping on the spine, so you get a little bit more control. Man, this thing, it really does. It blows my mind. The design and the fit and finish on this is just phenomenal. I think he's mentioned in a couple of his videos as well that you have sort of this hidden lanyard hole, which is very cool. You can barely see it, but it's definitely there. I love that design. But overall, I think any of you that are lucky enough to grab one of these, you're going to absolutely enjoy the heck out of it. There's no question about it. The button lock is smooth. It's right where it needs to be. There's no misfires. Your finger just naturally goes to it. Like I said, all the attention to detail really does pay off in the end. There's no question that when designing this and then constructing it, I mean, this is top notch. I love the shade of blue that they have with the anodized pivot clip, the pivot, as well as the body screws and clip and backspacer. It really does look great. You guys are gonna really enjoy the cutting test, so let's get to it. Let me show you what this thing is capable of, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm just kidding. And we're back. I'm hoping that that video, all the testing, really illustrates how much of a badass knife this is. I'm really not just saying it. I mean, this knife is absolutely phenomenal. From the overall design, the construction of it, never mind the materials he used, but again, finding a way to provide that type of action in a knife is just out of this world. I don't fully understand it, but it's just incredible. But again, it's the Genzanzo Toko. It'll be available on November 16th. We all know Jens will be posting a number of videos with additional information. Make sure that you guys set a reminder. And please, I can't express this enough, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like everyone else, when I look at the numbers, most everyone that's visiting the site isn't an actual subscriber. It would be very helpful if you guys could do that. But either way, I really appreciate you guys listening. And thanks again.